The Lantern is brought to you by Innovation Economy Banking at JP Morgan. This is Matt from MGMT Boston. We have another episode of The Lantern. We are here in Waltham, in the lab, at Farmblox, an AgTech startup with Marc and Nathan, the co-founders of Farmblox. What's going on in the startup? What are you guys working on? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so basically Farmblox is a platform to help farmers find problems on their farm from their phone. And so they can spend less time looking for problems and more time solving them.
So we start in the maple syrup market where they have sensors and control devices all across their fields, whether that's in New England, Canada, or the Midwest, as far as out into Oregon. And now we're currently expanding into vineyards and orchards because they have the exact same challenges.
Love it. And as we think about the second half of the year, heading into 2025, what are you all most focused on?
Basically, you can see it behind us, building stuff. We have a lot of orders from last season that we're fulfilling. We're making updates to the product, and we're taking a lot of the learnings we've learned just from the last year and making updates.
Speaking of learnings, it's obviously been an adventure building an AgTech startup, the collision of the real world and software and everything in between. What are some of those startup learnings you guys have that have been collision type learnings or just real world applied things that the operators and founders in Boston would love to learn about?
Yeah, so AgTech is hard. They have a season where they use the product. And so making product updates and testing it with users, customers has to happen in the off season, except they're not using the product. And so we're working on ways to sort of speed up that iterative process and do all the updates and testing before they actually use it in a very critical time.
Amazing.
It's also a very difficult outdoor environment where there's no cell service, there might not be internet power, you're dealing with snow, ice, up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, random animals run over and chew cables. So it's a very unforgiving environment where, as you said with Nathan here, you're testing all these different things, then you run to the actual season. There might just be various things that come up that it's just the great outdoors and nature. You never know what happens.
Of course. And last but not least, what is your ask? How can we in the community help the Farmblox team?
Yeah, so basically we're expanding into vineyards and orchards. And so any connections anyone has there would be very helpful. Big landowners, farmers, really anyone connected to that space looking to grow the network.
We know a lot of you will be visiting vineyards and orchards this fall, so please give a plug to Farmblox.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
This is Nathan and Marc from Farmblox. I'm Matt from MGMT Boston. Another episode of The Lantern. Thanks a lot. We'll see you out there. This episode of The Lantern is brought to you by Innovation Economy Banking at JP Morgan. With JP Morgan's guidance, your startup can go from growing pains to growing without limits. With tech that powers your growth and bankers across the globe to help you disrupt every market, you can go from seed to IPO and beyond. JP Morgan, let's build your future together.